There are seasons when life feels like standing in the middle of a storm you never saw coming. Winds too strong for reason, waves too loud for peace. You try to hold on to what you know, but everything feels slippery. Time, faith, certainty. And in that chaos, there comes a quiet question, almost whispered beneath the thunder. What if you are not the one holding on? What if it is God holding you? We spend so much of our lives believing strength is measured by how tightly we can grip the world. We clutch control, we clutch people, we clutch plans. And then when the wind blows, we fear that if we loosen our hands even a little, we will be lost. But faith was never about how hard you can hold. It was always about how safe you are when you let go. When God holds you, the storm doesn't need to stop for you to find peace. Because peace is not found in the silence of the sky, but in the presence that steadies your heart even while the waves rise. God's hands are not afraid of your trembling. He has held worlds before they were formed. He has held the broken and the holy, the sinner and the saint. When He holds you, you are not defined by what you can endure, but by what He can carry. There is a sacred shift that happens when you realize this. The storm no longer feels like punishment. It becomes proof that His grip on you is stronger than the winds against you. Fear begins to lose its language when love becomes your anchor. You stop asking the storm to go away and start asking for eyes that can see who is in the boat with you. Sometimes the hardest part of faith is not believing that God exists, but trusting that He is present when everything shakes. The human heart is so easily convinced that silence means absence, that waiting means abandonment. Yet the truth is simpler and stronger. He never lets go. You may wander, but you will never be lost to Him. You may fall, but you will never fall out of His reach. Even when you do not feel His touch, you are still in His hands. His presence is not a fleeting feeling. It is the reality beneath every breath you take. The same God who calmed the sea stands beside you now, not always to still the storm outside, but to still the storm within. That's the kind of love that doesn't demand perfect faith before it stays. It stays to build it. You do not have to earn His grip. You only have to rest in it. And maybe this is what He has been teaching you all along. Not how to fight harder, but how to trust deeper. For in His arms, even your weakness becomes a testimony. The waves that once threatened to drown you become the rhythm that carries you closer to Him. So tonight or this morning, or whenever your soul trembles, remember this truth. You are held, not loosely, not temporarily, but eternally. The storm might rage, but His love does not flinch. It surrounds you, fills you, keeps you. Let your heart breathe again, knowing that the one who formed the oceans also formed you, and He has never lost a thing He created. Rest in that. Whisper it to yourself when fear wakes you before dawn or worry follows you through the day. I am held. And that single truth, repeated in faith, can quiet even the loudest storm. Lord, when my strength fades, let me feel Your hold more than the wind. Teach me to stop fighting the storm and start trusting the one who commands it. Keep me near Your heart and let every wave remind me that I am safe in You. Amen. There are moments when God's silence feels heavier than the storm itself. You pray and the heavens seem sealed. You search for His presence, but the air feels still and the sky gives no answer. It's in those hollow hours that faith begins to ache, not because God has gone, but because He's teaching you how to see beyond what eyes can hold. When God holds you, He does not promise a life without rain. He promises a heart that cannot drown. The lesson of the storm is not survival, it is surrender. Because only when you stop fighting the waves can you discover who's been carrying you all along. We often mistake peace for the absence of trouble, but real peace is the quiet strength that stands while the world trembles. It's not denial, it's defiance. Not pretending the storm isn't real, but believing that it cannot have the final word. The love of God does not shield you from pain. it transforms it. It takes every broken thing and weaves it into mercy. It takes the nights you thought would end you and turns them into testimonies. You see, His grip does not loosen when you fail, it tightens. His mercy doesn't retreat when you doubt, it draws nearer. That is the paradox of grace. It runs toward what the world would turn away from. The cross itself is proof that storms can become sanctuaries. The place of greatest agony became the altar of greatest redemption. If He could turn death into resurrection, what storm in your life could ever be too strong for Him? When your heart trembles, remember, the same hands that stretched across the sea now reach for you. His presence doesn't always calm the chaos outside. Sometimes it calms the chaos within. And that inner stillness becomes the miracle that no wind can steal. God's presence is not limited to the holy moments. It fills the ordinary ones too. The kitchen light flickering at midnight, the slow drive home after a hard day, the quiet breath before sleep. Every heartbeat is a reminder, Emmanuel, God with us. You are not walking toward His love, you are walking in it. To be held by God is to realize that safety is not the absence of danger, but the certainty of His nearness. So, when the storm tries to tell you that you are forgotten, answer it with truth. I am not alone. I am anchored in the unshakable love of Christ. Let those words become your shelter. When fear rises, speak His promises louder. When worry pulls, lean back into His arms. There is no failure too dark that His light cannot find, no storm too violent that His grace cannot still. He is not waiting for you to be fearless. He is teaching you that courage is what faith sounds like when it's whispering through tears. Let your heart learn this rhythm. Inhale grace, exhale control. The world may never stop spinning, but you don't have to spin with it. Rest in the one who commands the wind and the waves. For every trial that shakes your ground, there is a greater hand steadying it beneath you. You may not see His fingers, but you will feel His hold. Strong, certain, unyielding. You were never meant to carry your own peace. It was always meant to carry you. Lord, in every moment I forget your nearness, pull me back into your embrace. Let your peace replace the noise, and let my heart rest in the truth that no storm defines me, only you do. Amen. If this message stirred your spirit, share it so someone else may find calm in His love. Leave a word of faith below. Bless another heart and subscribe to walk with us at 10 Minute with God, a quiet space where weary souls find peace and hearts learn to rest in His presence. There comes a moment when the storm finally quiets, not because the wind has vanished, but because your soul has learned to listen differently. The same sky that once terrified you now carries a softer hue, as if heaven itself is exhaling. You realize peace is not the ending of struggle, it is the presence of someone stronger than the struggle itself. When God holds you, the storm becomes a teacher. It no longer shouts of loss, it whispers of belonging. It reveals what was never shaken, the love that has been holding you all along. Faith matures not in the sunlight, but in the shadows where trust must breathe without sight. You begin to see that every unanswered prayer was still a conversation, every delay a form of mercy, every silence an invitation to lean closer. When you let your heart rest in His timing, the fear of waiting dissolves into worship. There is a holiness in surrender, not the kind that demands weakness, but the kind that recognizes who is truly strong. The world tells you to stand tall, God invites you to kneel, and on your knees you discover a higher ground. To be held by Him is to be rebuilt from within, to find a strength that does not roar but hums quietly through the cracks of your breaking. His love is not loud, it's steady. It doesn't promise a life without storms, but a soul that learns to dance in the rain. You no longer need every question answered. It is enough to know that He is the answer. The storms that once defined your fear now become the backdrop of your faith. For when you are held by the Creator, even the trembling becomes sacred. You start to notice the small miracles, the warmth in the quiet, the light in the delay, the unseen hand guiding your steps. What once felt like abandonment now feels like an invitation to deeper intimacy. You realize that being held is not about being still, it's about being sustained. Every moment you thought you were slipping, grace was already beneath you. Every time your heart broke, it broke open for love to enter. And now, standing on the other side of what once frightened you, you can finally say, "The storm never won. It only revealed who my anchor truly is." When God holds you, even the pieces become holy. The fragments of your past, the scars of your heart, the echoes of your prayers, all are gathered, redeemed, and rewritten into something eternal. You were never forgotten. You were being formed. Every tear you thought went unseen has become part of a river that leads you back to Him. So take a breath. Let gratitude replace striving. Let peace become the new language of your heart. The same God who calmed the sea is calming your soul right now. Not later, not someday, but here in this breath. You don't have to chase His presence. You are already in it. You don't have to earn His love. You were born from it. Let that truth sit inside you like light behind your ribs. Let it remind you that no storm has ever outlasted His grace. You are not merely surviving, you are being transformed into someone who knows the strength of stillness and the power of surrender. And as the waves retreat, you will find that what remains is not what was lost, but what was always eternal: His hand, His peace, His love. Lord, keep my heart tender even after the storm. Teach me to trust your hands more than my fears. Let every breath I take be an offering of quiet gratitude for the way you've carried me through. Amen. If this prayer brought peace to your soul, whisper Amen in the comments. Share it to bless another heart, and subscribe to Journey Deeper with us at 10 Minute with God, a sacred space where faith grows calm, love grows steady, and every soul finds rest in His presence.